29 years, Tom Landry was the only coach the Dallas Cowboys had or needed.
Tom Landry will be at the forefront of the history of the Cowboys.
Landry's trademark fedora has become a symbol of his Hall of Fame career and his integrity. It's an image that was inspired by his wife.
It started in New York. It was cold, and he would wear a hat in New York. Somebody wrote and said, you should wear a cowboy hat. And I said, no, that's too trite. You're going to just wear a fedora.
Today, the legend of Landry continues to influence a new generation of players. For the last decade, CBS 11 and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes have honored the top high school football player from North Texas with the presentation of the Landry Award.
The Landry Award for the 2019 season recognizes Jackson Smith Njigba of Rockwall High School for his outstanding performance and sportsmanship.
A trophy modeled after Landry's fedora, an award inspired by Landry's character. Woodbridge Home Solutions presents the Landry Award Ceremony.
Welcome to the presentation of the Landry Award for the 2020 season. I'm Bill Jones. This marks the 11th year we have presented the prestigious trophy to the best high school football player in North Texas. The trophy, a replica of one of Coach Landry's trademark fedora hats. And tonight, it will be presented to the student athlete voted as the most outstanding high school football player in North Texas. The winner has been determined from votes collected from the public and a panel that includes members of our local media, plus former NFL and college football players. The award dates back to 2010, when Aledo's Jonathan Gray won the honor in back-to-back years. Since then, the winners of the Landry Award include Myles Garrett, who was the eventual #1 overall pick in the NFL draft by the Cleveland Browns, and Kyler Murray, who went on to win the Heisman Trophy at Oklahoma, and now is with the Arizona Cardinals as their starting quarterback. Because of the pandemic, we are altering our presentation by going virtual this year. Normally, this is the part of the ceremony that I would welcome each of the finalists on stage. Instead, we have our finalists take center stage by welcoming them virtually. Quinn Ewers of Southlake Carroll High School, Ralph Rucker of Lucas Lovejoy High School, Eli Stowers of Denton Guyer, now enrolled at Texas A&M, KAIDON Salter of Cedar Hill, now enrolled at the University of Tennessee, and JoJo Earle of Aledo High School. And to get to know each of these finalists a little better, we had Desmond Purnell talk to the people who know them best, their parents.
The finalists for this year's Tom Landry Award have one huge thing in common. They all have loving parents who have placed them in a position to succeed. Whether it was kissing and cleaning those Pee-wee football scrapes or serving as a personal chauffeur for Cedar Hill quarterback KAIDON Salter, Mom is the hustle behind the muscle.
He gets his work ethic from me because of that. He sees that I'm continuously going, Mom, and don't get any rest at all.
Both Misty and KAIDON's father, Ken, are thrilled with the success their son has enjoyed on the field. But they're even more proud of the work KAIDON has put in off the field. He is a member of the Longhorns Leadership Program, serving as a mentor to kids of all ages throughout the Cedar Hill community.
The kids love him. They know who he is. They run up to him and, high-five him and tell him good game. So KAIDON really is enjoying the image that he's putting out there, especially for the little ones, the younger boys.
Meanwhile, Donald and Tina Stowers are equally proud of their son, Eli. Academically, the Denton Guyer standout crushed it. He scored an impressive 1330 on the SAT, maintained a 5.0 grade point average. But on the football field, he was the epitome of resilience. During the 2019 state title game, Eli suffered a devastating knee injury, but bounced back to have a stellar senior campaign.
I mean, he's gone, played since he was 7. We've been very fortunate in the injury front. I mean, he's had them for sure, but nothing, obviously, that was as severe. We just kind of looked at him, we're like, guess what, bud? God just changed your story. But we're going to go forward, and you'll bounce back bigger, faster, stronger.
It was amazing to be able to see him be able to manifest his faith and be able to minister to people out there that, you know, may be suffering something like this.
Similar to Eli, Southlake Carroll quarterback QUINN Ewers was forced to overcome a setback as well.
I guess you never really know what you're made of until you're faced with a big challenge.
Just this past season, QUINN sustained a core muscle injury. He missed the start of the postseason, but when he returned, he gave opposing defenses the business, leading the Dragons to the state title game. Despite all of QUINN's individual success, his parents describe him as an easygoing introvert.
Like when he was little, and I would say, you know, I'd get so irritated and I'd be griping at him, barking at him. He would say, "Mom, I think it's all going to be okay," you know, and then I could do nothing but laugh and be like, "Oh, kid."
I'll tell you, he is non-stress. Quiet, but yeah, he's not about the stress.
The only other finalist who may be more low-key than QUINN is Aledo's very own JoJo Earle. Cedric and Teresa Robinson call their son a homebody that goes out of his way to avoid the spotlight. JoJo is no stranger to hard work, which means he should do well next season when he suits up for the reigning national champs, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
The main thing from day one was the work you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So I always told him, you know, the harder you work, the better you're going to be. He's a good kid. Go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays, on the youth board at church, helps out the homeless. I mean, you know, he does a lot of stuff, you know, I mean, around the city.
And our last finalist began playing organized football at the age of 6. And just this past season, quarterback Ralph Rucker led Lovejoy to their deepest playoff run in 10 years. The same leadership Rucker displays on the football field, he provides at home with his younger brother Trent and his little sister Skylar, who are also athletes at Lovejoy.
His younger brother, Trent, they're just 13 months apart to the day. So there's been a lot of competition with the two of them from the get-go. And definitely with the little sister boyfriend stuff, he gives her a lot of advice. And both of the brothers don't let too many make it to the front doors. He challenges them like his dad challenged him at the same time. So
his example, I think, leading his leadership by example has done wonders for his siblings.
Yeah.
With such a strong support system, you have to view all 5 finalists as winners. I'm Desmond Purnell.
CBS 11 is honored that the Landry family has allowed their name to be used in the presentation of the Landry Award. For Coach Landry, his wife Alicia, and the entire Landry family, the FCA has been an organization close to their heart. We are saddened at the news of Alicia's passing on January 21st. Alicia was a regular at the Landry Award ceremonies with a seat of honor next to her son, Tom Jr. Her presence at future award ceremonies will be missed. CBS 11 will work to ensure that the spirit of the award will continue to pay tribute to Tom, Alicia, and the Landry name. Since its inception in 2010, CBS 11 has worked hand in hand with the North Texas Fellowship of Christian Athletes in presenting the Landry Award.
In 1954, God implanted into the heart of a basketball coach a vision that sports could be used as a vehicle to share the message of Jesus Christ. Nearly 7 decades later, that vision is a reality.
Ministering to and through the coach. I see FCA being more relevant today than
at any other time in history.
There's more to coaching than just winning medals.
It's really about the impact you have in others' lives.
To see the world transformed
by Jesus Christ.
Through the influence.
The influence.
The influence.
Coaches and athletes.
the FCA.
Fulfilling.
The vision.
In addition to honoring the top football player from the DFW area, we are also presenting an award for the Coach of the Year from the North Texas region. And here are the finalists for the 2020 Coach of the Year Award. Bill Elliott of Salina High School, Dave Hennigan of Denton Ryan High School, Lonnie Jordan of Lake Highlands High School, Carlos Lynn of Cedar Hill High School, Kirk Martin of Colleyville Heritage High School, and Bob Wager of Arlington Martin High School. And the 2020 Coach of the Year is Dave Hennigan of Denton Ryan High School, and he joins us now. Congratulations, Coach. I know it's a surprise to you. You're just finding out right now that you are the Landry Award Coach of the Year. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, it's you know, a special thing to be recognized, obviously. And it's even more special to be associated with, you know, the Landry Award.
For Denton Ryan, the first state championship won since 2002. Your son Seth was the quarterback of the team, and I know you're very proud of the accomplishments of the entire team and what this coaching staff did as well, especially during a pandemic year. There were so many challenges this past year, right, Coach?
It was. I mean, it was a very challenging year. You know, to get to the point of winning a state championship, we've been very close for several years, and they're really hard to win, you know, in a normal year. And when you throw in COVID and all the things that went along with it, very rewarding, very proud of our kids, and very proud of our coaches to be able to get there and bring something special back to this community.
There's the Landry Award itself, the Coach of the Year Award, and Dave Hennigan, your name will go on that award. You'll be able to have it right there at Denton Ryan High School. What do you think of that?
I think it's just awesome. Like I said, it's special to be associated with this program. Again, Coach Landry, to have this award and what he stood for, you know, in impacting his players more than just on the football field, socially, emotionally, spiritually, all the things that he stood for as a coach is certainly something that we all strive for here at Ryan. And once again, I mean, this says my name on it, but the reality is this is a coaching staff thing, an administration thing, and certainly a kid thing. But I'm very proud to be a part of it for sure.
All right, Coach Hennigan, congratulations on winning the Landry Award Coach of the Year. And coming up next, we hear the finalists for the Player of the Year Award when the Landry Award presentation continues. The Landry Award is starting its second decade of honoring the best of the best in high school football. We start our honor roll introducing you to the first of our 5 finalists, JoJo Earle, wide receiver of the Class 5A state champion Aledo Bearcats. What does it mean to you to be a finalist?
It means a lot, not only be the only wide receiver, but it means a lot with the person who Tom Landry was. Honoring him with winning that award would be a great accomplishment for me.
Obviously, you're so young that it would be hard for you to know much about Coach Landry, but as your dad or as your coaches, have they told you much what kind of coach and what kind of man Tom Landry was?
They say he was a great person, great atmosphere being around him. He was a Christian. That's a big deal with my mom and my parents. Just hearing all that just made me smile and feeling good about being candidate for the award.
What was this season like for you as far as overcoming whatever challenges, and there were a lot of them for everybody this year with the pandemic, and being able to hoist that trophy at the end of the year?
Especially with the pandemic, the COVID, that was a big obstacle for us. And then keeping our energy for the game. You know, it was a long season, so Coach Buck stressed us keeping our energy and keeping the joy for the game. We got to finish it out, and it'll all be worth it.
Obviously, Alabama has great tradition and great winning program. What was it, though, about Alabama that set them apart for you personally?
Aledo, coming from a winning program and going to another winning program as Alabama, them being stable, can't go wrong with Alabama as Coach Saban.
I think it has been proven here lately that a wide receiver at Alabama can also win the Heisman Trophy, too,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Finally, just what goals do you have in the future?
My biggest goal is to make it to the NFL. My second goal is to be a coach at any level, just coaching kids, helping them develop and being that person in other kids' lives when I grow up.
We continue our introduction of the finalists for the Landry Award with Southlake CARROLL quarterback QUINN EWERS. Congratulations on being a finalist for the Landry Award. What does it mean to you to be a finalist?
You know, it means a lot, just being able to be recognized on such a big stage. it's just a blessing, and I'm excited to be recognized like this.
I don't know how familiar you are with the award, but it's been around now for 10 years. Over the years, guys like Myles Garrett and Kyler Murray have been winners in the past. When you hear your name linked with those as even a finalist for the Landry Award, how does it make you feel?
You know, it's crazy just because all their accomplishments that they have, and just being able to be, you know, recognized like all those, you know, amazing athletes are. It's crazy to even think about. You know, this is the kind of stuff you dream of whenever you start playing football as a little kid.
What was this year like for you, going back even to last March when the pandemic hit?
Yeah, it was crazy because we didn't know if we were going to play in the beginning of the year. So being able to go out there on the field with my teammates and, you know, play was awesome. But then I was injured, and I was able to come back the third round of playoffs. From there on out, we had a pretty good run at a state title, but we came a little bit short.
So what was that like, winning those 3 playoff games and advancing all the way to state championship game?
Yeah, it was like a dream. You know, in Southlake, little kids dream of being a Southlake Carroll Dragon instead of, like, you know, astronauts and firefighters. So, you know, just being able to go to a state championship game and, you know, kind of showing those kids that there's always a chance.
Finally, you're just a junior. What do you do for an encore your senior year?
Trying to get back to the state championship with the guys. I really believe we're gonna make it back and make another run, another good run.
As we continue our honor roll, it's time to introduce you to our next finalist, Ralph Rucker, quarterback at Lucas Lovejoy. Ralph Rucker, congratulations for being a finalist for the Landry Award. What does it mean to you to be a finalist?
It means so much to me and my family. You know, the tremendous honor of even being in the running for such a prestigious award it means a lot.
You're too young, obviously, to know that much about Coach Landry. What do you know about Coach Landry?
A little bit. You know, I know a little bit about. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, and it's such a prestigious honor to be even associated with that name.
You put up incredible offensive numbers throughout the season, and especially at crunch time in the playoffs. What was that experience like for you?
Unforgettable. You know, it goes back to everyone remembers the games and how we played, but what I remember most is the time I had with my teammates, you know, during the week. Just the time we had together to move each other to the next level all together, and just the grind. Ultimately, it was the grind that I'm going to miss most, and that's what it was.
You're not only a football player, but you're also a baseball player, and you're a wrestler.
Yes,
you don't
sir.
see it often that the quarterback of the football team is also a wrestler.
It's the wrestling, and if you know wrestling, then you understand, but it's a different mentality. It's a different, not only you got to be physically tough, but you got to be mentally tough as well, and that's really what's built me to the man I am today with how I attack challenges, how I attack each thing I do. I bring that mentality and that mental toughness into each thing.
Our next finalist has already graduated from Cedar Hill High School and is now enrolled at the University of Tennessee. Quarterback KAIDON Salter. For KAIDON Salter, being named a Landry Award finalist caps a senior season where he led Cedar Hill all the way to the Class 6A Division II state championship game.
I mean, it's a dream come true. Just come out here and put in the work for it. I mean, ain't no telling what else I had coming, and it's just nothing but a blessing.
As a Landry finalist, KAIDON will have his name linked with past winners of the award like NFL stars Myles Garrett and Kyler Murray.
It gives me a lot of hope. It's just when I go off to college, just keep doing what I've been doing, putting in the work so I can get to where I want to be.
KAIDON's college career has already begun, heading to the University of Tennessee the day after Cedar Hill's state title game.
It's all been a dream come true, and with me being on campus 4 days after that game, I mean, it'd just be a blessing for me and my family knowing that I met all the standards that I wanted to make throughout my high school career.
If it seemed like some of those plays he made in high school were straight out of a Madden video game, well, maybe that's because of all that time KAIDON spent on Madden.
Sometimes I'll be on Madden doing things and I end up doing it on the field. I just be like, wow.
KAIDON's high school career began at DeSoto, then Bishop Lynch, before winding up at Cedar Hill.
It's been a long journey. I mean, I done flipped through different positions. I mean, different teams, different coaches. I mean, it's just been all a blessing. And of course, God led me to the right place. He led me to Cedar Hill High School.
And our fifth finalist for the 2020 Landry Award also graduated early from Denton Geyer High School. Eli Stowers is down in College Station, where he is enrolled at Texas A&M. What does it mean to you to be a finalist for this award?
It's an honor to,
be able to be recognized as, somebody that shows, leadership and character, on and off the field. It's a blessing from God himself just to even be recognized as somebody that, shows a, character like that.
Tell me what the last year has been like for you. Going back 13 months ago in the state championship game when you suffered the knee injury and then you went through rehab for the injury, you had a coaching change, you had a pandemic hit. What's the last year been like for you?
First of all, the injury was definitely something that, it was tough at the moment, but it, it definitely taught me a lot of things, got me through a lot of things, helped me grow in my faith, stuff like that. So, as much as, it kind of, sucked at the time, it had some, blessings in disguise. So, and just along the road, hitting with the pandemic, I was actually blessed, with my rehabs, having stuff at home that, I didn't get behind. I actually was kind of ahead in my rehab. Thanks be to God. And, with the coaching change, that was definitely different, going from somebody that you've been in their system since middle school, 6th through 11th grade, then your senior year, you get a new head coach. It was different.
Make a deep playoff run and then didn't take any time at all. You head down to College Station to start your college career.
I've been here for almost a week now, and it's definitely an adjustment. But so far, I've loved it. I have no regrets coming here.
And your sister is a star volleyball player at Geyer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So who's the best athlete in the family?
As much as I want to say it's me, I think my sister's a better natural athlete than I am. She goes out there, doesn't have to practice, doesn't have to work out, nothing like that. She's just better than everybody. So I have to put in a little more work for the stuff that I have to do, and she just kind of does it naturally. So, I'll give it to my sister.
He's humble, too. Congratulations to all of our finalists on outstanding seasons and very bright futures. Coming up next, the moment we've been building up to, the presentation of the 2020 Landry Award. Tonight, we honor the top high school football player from North Texas, as voted on by the public in our esteemed voting committee. This year, Woodbridge Home Solutions has joined CBS 11 and the FCA in the presentation of the Landry Award. Joining us now is Mitchell Spector, the president and CEO of Woodbridge Home Solutions. Mitchell, how proud is Woodbridge Home Solutions to be a part of the Landry Award?
Bill, we're really honored to be a part of this Landry Award. Being very familiar with Coach Landry over the years, he had such great values, such great leadership skills, and to see these same skills in some of these young athletes, we're just really honored.
Mitchell, why are high school sports so important in the development of young men and women?
As in life, these athletes have to, they learn a lot about teamwork, they learn about discipline, and these are values that will carry them throughout their lifetime.
You're a guy who grew up in Dallas. You grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, and Tom Landry, and of course his legacy here in Dallas. What does it mean to you personally to be a part of the Landry Award?
Well, I have always been just a huge fan. Again, his values, his leadership skills. So it just really means the world to me, and I'm very appreciative that you have asked us to be a part of this. And congratulations to all these very talented student athletes.
And now the moment we've all been waiting for. On behalf of CBS 11, TXA 21, Woodbridge Home Solutions, and the Greater Dallas-Fort Worth Fellowship of Christian Athletes, it's now time to announce the winner of the 2020 Landry Award. 4 of the 5 finalists have joined us here. KAIDON Salter at the University of Tennessee, unable to join us tonight as he's in class, but we've got JoJo Earle as well as QUINN EWERS, Eli Stowers, and Ralph Rucker. And so here we go. I've got in my hand the winner of the 2020 Landry Award. Here we go. The Landry Award for the 2020 season recognizes JoJo Earle of Aledo High School for his outstanding performance and sportsmanship. Congratulations, JoJo.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, JoJo Earle, little did you know the Landry Award was right there in your house, and there it is. You take a good look at it. Your name is on the award. How does that look to you?
Yeah, it looks good.
What's the scene like there? You got your mom and dad there. You got neighbors there as well. What's the scene like there in your house?
Yes, sir. I got my mom and my dad, and I have my 2 neighbors who came to watch me do the interview.
It's just us, and everybody smiling ear to ear just like me right now.
Well, you have a great smile, JoJo. You had such a success as a team at Aledo with 3 straight state championships. How do you look at this award as far as the team is concerned?
I think the team helped me win this award, having my backs as much as I had their backs. Me winning this award, the team won it as much as I did.
With what you know about what Coach Landry stood for as far as being a Christian and the things off the field as well, what does it mean to have your name on that award?
It means a lot. Tom Landry was an exceptional man, as I've heard throughout the last couple of days, and for me to be named as a winner of his award, that's astonishing.
Well, JoJo, you're going to have a great career at Alabama. Enjoy this, and congratulations on being the winner of the Landry Award. Congratulations to JoJo Earle and to all of our finalists on an outstanding season and a very bright future. For all of us at CBS 11, I'm Bill Jones. Good night, and thanks for watching the 2020 Landry Awards ceremony.